Governments, listen up. This won't work. Shutting down gyms, bars, restaurants, special events, it's not going to work with a passport. And this is why. Hey there, Coach Devin here. So I was thinking today about this whole vaccination passport situation, proof of vaccination, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, in gyms in Nova Scotia, we have to do vaccination checks. A lot of people are mad about it. We've lost some clientele because of it. Probably going to lose a bunch of money because of it. So it's pretty frustrating. And I'll be clear, I am not an anti-vaxxer. I got a vaccination. I don't care if somebody wants to see my vaccination. Doesn't really matter to me. But I do understand some people don't like that. And you know what? I'm kind of on board. Like, it's a difficult situation. I will say this again, like I said, I don't disagree with getting a vaccination, and I would show mine to anybody because I really don't care. But some people feel seriously about it, and we've lost some money because of it. But what it did make me start doing is wonder about a couple things. And I think the government has it backwards. And comment to me and tell me what you think. But here's my thought. I think the government has this wrong, and here's why they have it wrong. They have gone after gyms, bars, restaurants, and sporting events, basically, stuff like that. And here's the issue with that one. And I'm just going to explain this real fast so everybody can kind of, almost dropped the phone there, can get an idea of it. So you go after gym, bars, and restaurants, and, theater, sports, whatever. Those are places that have been closed already. Like, those places have been closed in Nova Scotia 3 times already. So we've been closed. I've been closed 3 different times. Bars have been closed. Restaurants have been closed. All the same as me, right? They had the same rules. The theater, same deal. So you've got places that are closed, have been closed, and for a fairly long period, right? I mean, we were closed for 3 months, and then like 4 weeks about, and then another 2 months or so. Like, we were closed a lot, right? People have gotten used to them being closed. People are used to gyms being closed, bars being closed, restaurants being closed, not being able to go to events not happening. So people are used to that. So here's the problem with what the government's doing, in my estimation. If you pick those businesses and you go, you guys are going to be the ones that are going to make everybody get a vaccination, which is basically what they're doing, right? They're saying, gyms, bars, restaurants, you guys are going to make everybody get vaccinated. The problem with that is really simple. No, we're not. And the reason we can't is because anybody who's against a vaccination passport, whether that is good or bad, and I'm not going to comment on that because you know what, that's your own decision and business as far as I'm concerned. If you're against it, you've already not been allowed to go to gyms, bars, restaurants, and special effects events, right? You've had to do that several times now. So since you've had to do it several times, you're used to it. You understand that, hey, shoot, that's been closed. People have been out of gyms for a long time, out of restaurants for a long time, can't go to bars without all these rules. So because of that, they don't care. If you're like super serious about saying, I do not want to get a vaccination passport, proof of vaccination, whatever they want to call it, and you're serious about that, you're not going to miss those things, because here's the deal. Those things have been shut a bunch of times. If you were going to miss them, you would have missed them in the first shutdown, the second shutdown, the third. You missed it already. You know what I mean? So that's the problem with this. You can't ask these businesses, these few businesses, and say, you guys, you're the tip of the spear. You're going to force all this. Well, you know what? We force all that, then what? We can't force it because everybody's used to us being closed already. That's the thing. We don't like being closed, but we're so used to being closed, and everybody else is used to us being closed, that guess what happens? That means nobody cares. So the idea that we're somehow going to be this big push and everybody's going to get vaccinated because they want to go to the gym. I can tell you right now what clients are telling me. They're saying, no, I'm just not going to go to the gym. So thanks, government. You're screwing me out of a bunch of money. I really appreciate that. You're hurting my business. Bars, they're just not going to go to bars. Restaurants, they're not going to go to restaurants. Sporting events, they're not going to go to sporting events. If you're hardcore on this stuff, and whether that's right or wrong, I don't know. I can't make a comment on that. But I can tell you, if they're just not going to do it, and you're using those businesses, what's the point? It doesn't make any sense. Like, government, tap, tap, wake up. Wake up. If you're going to do it, do it for every business. Force everybody to do it, and then maybe you might get, a bludgeon to force people to do stuff. But picking gyms, bars, restaurants, whatever, look, it doesn't work. It doesn't work because people are used to it, and since they're already used to it, they don't care. That's where you're wrong. And you know what? You guys don't care about picking on us because, you know what? You can still go to the mall, so who cares or whatever. I have a lot of issues with the way this policy has been rolled out. And I have a lot of issues based on the fact that I'm the one being singled out as a bad place to go. It frustrates the hell out of me. But I will say I think the government's doing this completely wrong. What do you think? Let me know. Write it up down below. Have a good day, guys. Don't fight the awesome.